back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Warrior 2 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Last episode, Prince Hermes and his companions Prince Orfeo and Princess Ollisa managed to find their way into the Valley of Rhone. While in the Valley of Rhone, I just did some level grinding off screen. I got all the characters, Orfeo and Ollisa, to the levels where they maxed out their spell list. So Orfeo was, he got to level 31, but his spells levels maxed out, I think, at 28, and Ollisa maxes hers out at 25. So here I'm just showing off their final stats that I'm going to beat the game with. There's all their spells. Orfeo learned Revive and Sacrifice. Revive brings a character back to life. It has to be used out of battle, though. Sacrifice costs Orfeo his life, but it defeats all the enemies on the screen. It doesn't work on bosses. And Princess Ollisa, she learned her last spell, Chance, at level 25. She also learned the Open spell. Open allows you to open any door. So I was able to get rid of all my keys. That way I just have a whole bunch of inventory space here. And as you can see, it's still kind of crowded. So everybody has full inventory. I got some, different armors and stuff like that too. I found the Gremlin armor, which is like the best armor in the game, but it's cursed. Prince Orfeo and Prince Hermes can use it. It has 50 defensive power. But like I said, it has that cursed chance of 1/4 time. So it's time for us to head to Hargon's castle. That other spell that Ollisa learned was the Chance spell. That can have 8 random effects. It can either cast instant death on an enemy. It can lower all the enemies on the screen their defense. It can call these sirens, which make all the enemies flee. It works on every enemy except for the bosses. So like Hargon and the final boss. Won't spoil it. It can cast sleep on an enemy. It can cast increase on all your characters, so it increases everyone's defense. It can confuse an enemy. It can cast a heal type spell, slightly stronger than heal, but a little weaker than heal on all your characters. Or it could revive a character, even in battle. I'll show all those effects off in the bonus episode. So, we didn't want to waste time with encounters here, because we have a long episode ahead of us, just getting to Hargon's castle. We also have a pretty difficult journey. At the one point there's a split, you can either go to the left or to the right. I prefer to go to the left because it's easier, you get less encounters walking through forests than you do through mountains. So, either way you just end up at the south. And here, for some reason, we went to Mildenhall Castle? I guess. That's weird. But I'm just going around and going to talk with all the people here. We'll notice there's some weird things that happen here in Mildenhall Castle. And that's what's kind of going to help with that glitch at the end of the game. I'll show up in the bonus episode. Basically, like, none of this is really happening. We were told that, like, Hargon cast an illusion. Yeah, all this is basically just an illusion. So, even though we sold, like, that Gremlin armor, and it looks like we stayed at the inn and have all our hit points healed up, you'll notice that, like, when we leave this castle here, basically, our hit points are going to be back to where they were before here. Our gold will be back. We'll have all our weapons and items. So everything that we're basically doing here doesn't count. Yeah, kind of felt something kind of up because we stepped on those stairs and nothing happened. We'll also notice that when we step on that warp tile there, it's kind of a clue that, hey, there's something wrong here. Everybody else just says the same dialogue they basically say back in Mildenhall Castle. The lady up in that room up there, she's going to still say, oh, he's just still inexperienced. She always says that, even if you go back to her at max level. So, I don't know what, maybe she was supposed to say something else, but they forgot to program it. But, anyway, like I said, one person said that, Hargon's castle, you have to cast an illusion on it. That's why we needed Rubus's charm, because that's what we're going to use to break the curse. And that will reveal Hargon's castle. And we'll see what Hargon's castle really looks like. And he is a very vain individual. I'm going to stop the video once we enter Hargon's castle, the real one, and kind of show you the first floor. It's basically built out and laid out to look like Hargon. So, let's go see if we maybe get some treasure in these chests here. Spoilers, we won't. But, still I just want to show off all this stuff here. So we search around, nothing. And the stairs up there, like the staircase going up, there's no staircase going down there. We'll step on it, won't do anything, so you're hoping to get like a second Staff of Thunder or something. Nope, ain't gonna happen. But, so, talk to the guard here. Yep, he still has the same dialogue. So we'll just check out those stairs, and then we'll step out of the castle. And then we'll notice, like I said, if you check your inventory, I still have that gremlin armor that I sold from Orfeo. So yep, see, it's still there. Our hit points or magic points are back down to where they were before Pre-Castle. So now we just enter the thing, and we're going to use the Charm of Rubus, and that'll dispel the illusion. And we'll get to see what Hargon's castle looks like. So, like I said, I'm going to cut the thing, and you'll see, Ollisa, do not be deceived by false visions. So, yeah, here's how it looks like. We gotta get to the one up there. That's the thing to the, we're gonna head into the castle, so I guess we're going into his brain. So, yeah, the flames now have different dialogues. Like that one says the name of the tool owner. So, one good thing about this first floor is there are no random encounters on this first floor, but we can get into a fight if you talk with those little demons by the throne. I'll get into the fight there. You end up fighting two gold baboons. Not really worth it to fight them. Those are the ones that drop the gremlin armor that Prince Orfeo has in his inventory. Yeah, not worth it, but I'm going to show them off. There's also two treasure chests that are empty, like the treasure chests in the False Midden Hall. To the left and to the right, they're basically in, like, I guess Hargon's ears. The Force False Paradise should be better. Thou shalt regret meddling in Hargon's affairs. But there's so many damage tiles, and I don't have a wizard's ring, so I don't want to waste a whole bunch of MP casting step guard to just reach these treasure chests to show them off when they're empty. I'll show them off in the bonus episode. But yeah, because right now MP is going to be pretty you know, it's very important. It's a very limited resource. So, yeah, Orfeo and Ollisa are basically, in this thing, castle, it's basically just be like support. So we're going to use a lot of their MP for support. So it's important that we keep that MP high. So I don't want to waste it on a whole bunch of step guard spells. So, this castle has, it's basically a big boss rush. You're gonna have to fight Hargon and his 3 lieutenants, and then there's another secret boss after that. And, now the lieutenants and stuff, if you defeat them and then you're defeated by Hargon or the final boss, you'll end up back in the shrine, and you will able to go back to the castle, and you won't have to fight the lieutenants anymore. But Hargon and the special boss, you will. So as long as you don't save your game and reset, the lieutenants will stay dead. But if you do, you know, reset the game, save it, reset, the lieutenants will respawn. That's how I'm able to fight the lieutenants again in the bonus episode. So once you just get to this point here, and in the first game you had a search. In this one you just have to raise the Eye of Marloth. And, you know, that dispels illusions too. I guess it dispels like a secret staircase there. So, now at this point we can get into random encounters. You start basically running into dragons. There was one new encounter enemy that's not found anywhere else. But we'll encounter him here on the second floor. Good thing about this dungeon is it's very short. I guess because they realize it's really hard because with all the lieutenants. And the enemies here are pretty tough anyway too. So, I mean, you have like a bunch of dragons. The green dragons. And this guy here, the Mace Master. What makes him annoying is he has a whole bunch of spells, including the revive spell. We'll get to see him use that in this battle, where he can basically revive monsters that you know he comes out with. So he'll end up casting revive on the giant. So unfortunately, you can't really use stop spell on him. The game makes it really hard. You know, it makes it impossible to basically stop his spells. So we might want to just try to take him out as soon as possible. It doesn't work out because I end up missing a few times with Hermes because he got surrounded there by the Metal Babel. So yeah, that definitely affected his accuracy. which made this battle a little bit tougher than it should have because, like I said, he ends up reviving the giant. But if you're in battle, you might want to use your chance a lot of times to try to heal. Basically, try to get the battle down to maybe one character, one enemy, I mean, and then use Orfeo and Ollisa's turns to try to heal themselves up with the Shield of Strength. Now, Hermes doesn't have a Shield of Strength. Like I said, you could buy one if you want to, but I probably have more than enough gold basically from fighting the enemies to get the levels that I needed. But I just keep Hermes as it is, so you just have to use Orfeo or Ollisa's spells to heal him up, but we'll still have enough to do what we need to do. Defeat is a good spell to use. A lot of enemies here aren't really strong against defeat, and if they are, it's usually only like a 57% chance, so you still have a 43% chance to have it work. So, and defeat is pretty cheap, 4 spell points, so it's basically less than a heal more spell, and you can potentially save a whole bunch of damage from your characters, and if so, you made out. Well, that's basically the last random encounter that we're going to have to face. We still have some other encounters here. So, like I said, we have the 3 lieutenants. Now, we can't get into more random encounters, but we've seen all the raw enemies. We just have like these boss monsters coming up that are set encounters. And they're set encounters like on a vertical tile in the room, so you can't skip them. It's not like they're set at a certain coordinate. So, for instance, here, when we step on this row, this column right in front of the steps, no matter which one we step on, we're going to fight this Atlas. Atlas attacks twice in a turn, and he always attacks the same person. His AI is always going to attack that same person. So I just basically have Orfeo and Ollisa defend their first turn, so they take half damage. As you can see, Orfeo is the one who's going to be attacked. So the giant's Atlas is only going to attack Orfeo. So from now on, I'm just going to have Orfeo defend, so that he doesn't get knocked out, and then Ollisa, on the other hand, can heal him up. Atlas is also susceptible to surround. He's susceptible to surround and the defense spell. Only a 29% chance to block them. Sleep, magic, damage magic spells, defeat and stop spell, he resists them 100%. So the only way you're going to take this guy out is through Prince Hermes, just hitting him with the strong sword, the Thunder Sword. So you can, like I said, speed the process up a little bit by using defense. You can make yourself a little bit more apt to survive by surrounding him, so he's a little less accurate. If Orfeo has enough hit points, he can just spend his turns then, or whoever's being targeted by Atlas can spend their turns using the Shield of Strength, hoping that he misses an attack and he doesn't take off too much, and that the Shield of Strength, like in this round, basically like heals the hit points that Orfeo's going to miss. So, this is almost done. And he is the easiest. Like I said, he can be pretty tough if you don't know how to like that defend trick. But we took him out, and now we're moving up to the next floor. And we're going to head to the northwest passage up here and heal ourselves up here, because once we step into here, we're going to fight the second lieutenant, Pazuzu. Pazuzu can drop the mysterious hat that reduces magic point usage by 1/4 in battle, but he only has a 0.8% chance to drop it. So one thing that makes Pazuzu a little bit easier is he is susceptible to sleep. He has a 43% chance to resist sleep, 57% chance to resist your magic. You can't cast defeat or stop spell on him. 86% chance to resist your surround spell, and 57% chance to resist your defense spell. But the surround spell won't be all that important for this guy, because he's mainly just a magic caster, where Atlas was just a physical brute who just attacked you with, physicality and stuff. Pazuzu is going to hit you with his spells. And one of the annoying things is he has the heal all spell. Actually, Pazuzu, the next boss, Lieutenant, and Hargon, and the final boss, they all have the heal all spell. So you can get really lucky or unlucky if they decide to, spam that spell. So we took out the physical fighter, and then we're going to take out the magic caster here, and then the third lieutenant is going to be a fusion of the two. He'll be able to attack really hard with magic and also with physical attacks. And we'll see him, of course, on the next floor. And let's head on up. So we got lucky he didn't really heal himself. Won't get so lucky with this next boss. So lucky the thing is a very small room. That's a good thing about this thing is it's tough because we've got all these like tough enemies like bosses basically. But it's really rare even with all the transition screens you're going through to get to random encounters because the screens are pretty small. So just head walk right across here. And we'll end up fighting the Zorlax, the hybrid. So, he casts some tough spells like the Exploded spell. He has a Flame Breath, a double attack like Atlas. He does not, of course, target like how Atlas does, so you never know who he's going to target. So, he can also be annoying because he casts that Increase spell. If you cast the Increase spell, just use the defense spell to put his defense back down to normal. He has no resistance against the defense spell or the surround spell. Surprisingly, he also has there's a slim chance that you can defeat him. He only has 86% chance. Well, he has 86% chance to avoid the defeat spell, so not a good chance that you'll hit him with it. But it potentially works. So sleep and magic damage spells basically has a 71% chance to avoid them. Yeah, a lot of the enemies in here, basically bosses, they're resistant to attack magic, so that's basically putting Ollisa into a support type role. And she'll be using Shield of Strength to heal herself up, or using like spells like Defense or Sleep to try to put enemies down. So as you can see, Zorlax, pretty tough cookie. Said he healed himself, so that's not good. But yeah, the main thing is basically, as you can see from all these battles how they're going, Orfeo and Ollisa are basically backing up Hermes. He's the only one who's really strong enough to damage these enemies. So yeah, that is Zorlax healed. I preemptively spoke of his healing there. And yeah, even with the lowering the defensive spells, it doesn't seem that Orfeo's able to do a lot of damage. That's because he has such a weak attack power. Maybe he had the Iron Spear equipped. He might be able to do some damage. Maybe his strength and attack power would be enough to overcome the Zorlax's defense, but Orfeo's still much better just doing that support role. And let good old Prince Hermes finish off the enemies here. So it's weird, like in this game, most of the time your hero is the well-rounded character. He'd be like the Orfeo character. But in this game, they made him just a pure physical one. So all the other Dragon Warrior games that we'll play, you'll notice that the hero, has spells to use. So, and Orfeo gains another level. Didn't gain too many stats for that. If we kept leveling Orfeo up toward the end, he almost gets as much strength as Hermes does, Prince Hermes. So we can actually become a pretty decent fighter with that Falcon Sword. So here's Hargon. We just have to talk with him. He doesn't give us a chance to rule the world like the Dragon Warrior did. But we're going to heal ourselves up beforehand. And we have two different choices of dialogue with Hargon. I'll show off the other one when I get to the bonus episode, because we'll be fighting him, twice to show off how easy he is when he max out stats and have all the good gear and use that glitch. Who comes hither to disturb the great Hargon? Dost thou know who I am? We say yes, he says, such audacity is unforgivable. Either way we pick, he's going to fight us. I think if you say no, he basically says like, then I'll show you who I am. So, Hargon is basically a spellcaster. I mean, we know that he's a sorcerer, so he's going to cast a lot of spells, including that Heal All spell. The deadliest one, of course, is the Exploded spell. You can't stop spell him, though. He only has a 57% chance to block stop spell, 42% chance to avoid your magic, your attack magic. You can't put him to sleep, can't defeat him, can't defense him, and can't surround him. We got lucky there that we managed to get the stop spell up on him, but even then, if we cast stop spell, Yeah, he's still gonna be annoying because you're gonna spam that sweet breath. I guess he knows that he can't cast spells, so he's just going to sweet breath us and then attack us. And he can make you faint when he hits you. So basically, like your character will basically fall asleep. So you can keep him alive a little bit longer. But fortunately, once we took down his ability to cast spells, he's not too much of a difficult battle. We just have to have patience and whittle him down with Prince Hermes, and eventually he will fall. So that's a pretty tough physical attack there. So if you get really low, you want to of course use your parry spell and just heal all with whoever's Ollisa on whoever's parrying. So we have defeated the Hargon! Woohoo! I like how they put the there. Thou hast proven a mighty warrior, mightier than Hargon the Great. But there is one even greater than I, a sorcerer of the Shadow Time, a being of pure malice that none shall overcome. I shall send thee now to meet Malvar. He's the god whose eye we have, and we will see him in the next episode. Take care, thanks for following along. Bye.